Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Marcus Banks. I hope everyone is well. Today, I wanted to talk about a question that I received online through my mailing list, and that was how to go about properly building relationships within the music industry. When it comes to building relationships within the music industry, the first thing you have to identify is who you want to connect with. And when you identify who you want to connect with, you also have to think about why you want to connect with them. Why do you want to connect with this person or this business? What do you think they can do for you? But more importantly, what can you do for them? It's very important when it comes to networking to be an asset to the person you are trying to build with. If you want a verse from a certain artist, they could be up and coming, they could be major, they could have a buzz, and you may want to say, hey, I want a verse from this person because I feel like we would make great music together, they have a buzz, and I could tap into their fan base. Okay, that sounds all well and good for you, but why would they give you a verse? Are you paying them? Whether it be money or something else. And I often hear a lot of times of, hey, you do this for me, I'll give you tons of exposure. You know, you do this for free, and I'll give you exposure. When people talk about giving someone else exposure, it's usually code for pro bono work, free work. And throughout my years in the music industry, that tends to happen a lot, especially to up and coming producers and artists in general. You aren't going to have a manager that's going to just work pro bono. And if you do, there has to be some type of incentive to where they would want to work and hold off on payment for the time being, for a bigger payoff or something that's more feasible when a particular situation is established, whatever they may be for a specific individual. But know that more often than not, payment is something that's required, because when you think about the arts, there tends to be a lot of people that just take it for granted and just expect people to work for free. Like, I feel as though I see a lot of people on a daily basis that expect free labor from everybody involved with them. And that can only work for so long. However, I do see a lot of pro bono work done. However, that comes down to how you build with a particular person or individual or business, as I've stated before. There are times when free work will get you a bigger payoff down the line. However, you have to understand why you would offer or why you would accept an offer of free labor. For instance, there may be a company with a base of 500,000 paying subscribers, and they say, hey, give me a verse for our such and such ad campaign. We're going to service it out to our paying subscribers, and it's going to get international airplay, and you're going to receive 100% of your publishing. And you also get a performance part on publishing and a writer's part on publishing. But we could talk about publishing another day. That's a whole different beast. But in giving the record to whichever company had asked you specifically for the record, they serviced out the record, and then in 3 months it goes around, it makes its circle, and you randomly go on BMI or ASCAP one day, and 3 months later you see like, oh wow, my BMI account has $10,000 in it. Now, that was from free labor. However, those opportunities, more often than not, will not just appear out of nowhere. To get those opportunities, you have to develop some type of buzz on your own, or you have to have someone on your team that has relationships with such and such of companies that can get you on these different venues, get you these different placements. And that goes for artists and producers. But with that, networking is important, and building relationships within the music industry is important. So I would say, before you go and just ask somebody to help you, write down what you can do to help the other person. The person you're trying to build with, what can you do to help them? If you are an artist, can you give them free verses? If you're an artist, what can you do? Do you have brand partnerships that you can tap into and give the specific individual that needs it a hand with that? You have to be able to help, be of assistance in some way, shape, or form. And if all else fails, pay the money. Because money is always transferable. If you don't have it in goods and services, you may have it in cash. And sometimes that's what's needed. There's only so far you can get without money. However, that's not to say you can't get far, because that's networking as well. For instance, I'm a producer, so oftentimes I need access to great songwriters. So what I would do is, through the producers I know, I would contact them and ask them, hey, can you hook me up with such and such a songwriter? I have the perfect track that I need them to write to. And they'll be like, sure, because we built that rapport over the years. And it's not one specific situation, but just take that as an example for things that you can do to help the specific person that you want to network with. Someone asked me for free beats. And so I'm like, cool, sign up for my email list and I'll give you beats for free. 3 beats for free. And so they continued on and said, I understand you give me the 3 beats for free, but I was hoping that you can make something originally for me and just give me that. And so before I said, no, I can't do that, I said, well, what are you trying to do exactly? They told me it was for their mixtape and I would get all of my publishing. So then I asked them, what PRO are you with? Because I want to know these things, like the daily listeners, how many people buy your music on average when you release a mixtape or a single. How many people buy it? Because I want to know how can I get my money back? And the first thing they told me was that their PRO is CD Baby. And that's when I got a red flag. And I realized that not a lot of people know the difference between CD Baby, which is a distribution service, and a PRO, which is ASCAP or BMI, or CSAC. CSAC, which is private. But yeah, those are some of the things that I run into from up and coming artists that want free beats. So oftentimes I just have a policy of not giving free beats at all, because production is where I make my income, where I make my living. So when things like that happen, I have to be very cautious as to the type of deals that I get into. But the things you can do in that situation, if you're an artist, I'm trying to think from an artist's vantage point that would want work for free. Thinking about it that way, I would want to know how many listeners do you have currently, because I want to know if I can make money back on the publishing, and how often or how much well, not how often or how much, but when you release a single, how many people purchase that single? Purchase a download to the single, or how many people stream that single? And can I get a percentage on the streams? And how will I get a percentage on the streams? I have to know all of this information before I even entertain whether I would be able to do free work for an individual. because again, instrumentals, beats is how I make my living. So I'm very cautious, and I don't do it often, no matter what, because it's one of the few streams of revenue that I do have in order to make a living. So what else? Oh, and if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments so I can make another video as it relates to networking and music business. This was a impromptu video, so I'm just going off the top of my head with things and scenarios that may or may not be beneficial, depends upon who's watching. Another thing, from an artist standpoint, you often want to network with booking agents, and that is because booking agents can get you shows, and if they can get you shows, then they can get you some paid shows, which equates to money. But you have to think in the mind of that booking agent. Why do I want to take on this artist? What legwork have they done themselves in order for me to even consider taking them on and helping them get shows? Because despite what a lot of people may think, it isn't just a matter of putting artists on stage and the money's just gonna come in. How many people can you bring to the shows? When you get a venue for a show, can you pack it out? Because at the end of the day, these promoters, they're gonna put you on a show because they feel like you could pack it out and they could make the money back off of the people that's there, that you bring to the show, or that's attracted to your name. So putting you on the bill is gonna get them revenue, bring them revenue. And if you can't bring revenue, there's really no point in them taking you on. But if your network is strong, maybe you know someone with a good booking agent, and you can ask them. Could you ask your booking agent what they look for in new talent? And if they are able to tell that person what they're looking for when it comes to new talent, they could relay the information back to you. Also, that person can introduce you to the booking agent, and you won't get signed by the you won't develop a quick relationship with the booking agent right away, but it's a step in the right direction. And that's another thing I noticed. A lot of times people want quick relationships. They want to microwave a relationship, and it just doesn't work. Microwaving a relationship, that's like microwaving a relationship with your significant other, or a girl or a guy or whoever you may know that you just want to develop a quick relationship with them. And those relationships, they usually don't work. So I think I want to break down networking into different videos, because I could go on about networking forever and a day. But because our audience isn't as massive as these other channels yet, I just don't want to ramble on. try to organize it in some sense of keeping it constrained and keeping it on point. Because like I said earlier, I'm just going off the cuff right now. This is totally impromptu, but if I can help you in any way, answer any questions you may have, please leave it in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. I want to be a benefit to the music community. And so I said, I'm going to start posting up more YouTube videos that are like music business knowledge videos, as opposed to just my beat visualizing videos, which I've recently been posting. So I really want to get into that. So thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, comment as to what else you would like to know about networking or anything else music business related. This is Marcus Banks, and I'll see you soon.